What is up, Earthnoids and Spacenoids? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode, we are returning to Axis Zeon and Char's deleted affair. Last time, we learned how Char escaped Abawaku and fled to Axis Zeon. Here, he worked with Axis leader Maharaja Khan to become isolationist in order to build up their new nation. But a group of rogue Zeon forces wants to start another war. This episode, we will find out what happened to Hines after Axis lost communication with him. We will also see EFF conduct an operation on Axis, and Haman will boost the morale of the people. So let's get into this. The Seahorse shuttle is captured, and Hines is taken on board a random Musai. The rogue Zeon soldiers take Hines to the bridge. One of them recognizes Hines, as he was the soldier's instructor. Hines wants to know what they are doing with ship scraps. One soldier blurts out that they are going to lure EFF out with it. Hines realizes it is clear they are going to try to start another war. They make him watch on the bridge as they begin their operation. Back at Axis, Maharaja and Char are concerned for Hines, as it has been a few hours since they have lost communication. Char wants to go out to find him, but Khan thinks that he could end up just like Hines. Char excuses himself from the commander. Here we learn that Maharaja doesn't want Char to be a fighter, but rather a leader. He looks at a picture of Zeon Daikum, Casaval, Artesia, Degwan, and Maharaja. He knows who Char's real identity, or at least has a huge hunch. Natalie goes to visit Haman, who is taking a shower. Natalie wonders why she doesn't lock the door. She clearly doesn't understand the concept of fan service. Besides the fan service, we get a really nice moment between Natalie and Haman. She is struggling with her new type powers as she can't get Xena's death out of her mind. She is having her X-Men moment and no one truly knows what she is going through, but she is able to empathize and get her out of her slump and at least leave her room. If new types are going to be these super empaths, then explore that concept a little more like we see here. Enzo Bernini is planning on Minerva's ceremony. He meets with his team, whom are all a part of the faction that wants to bring forth war instead of living in this isolationist lifestyle. He too wants to use Char for his own nefarious purposes. As an elite soldier, they want to force his hand. If they were to start a war, they believe that Char would be forced to side with Zeon in said situation. They wonder if they should involve Natalie in their plan, but Enzo thinks that right now they need people who can take action. He believes it is almost time to reveal their true intentions. Char understands not taking action, but he believes they should be prepared for an attack. He wants to prep his Gelgoog. He happens to run into a mechanic who tells him that the Gelgoog has 2 weeks before it will be battle ready. He wonders about the Zero the R. The mechanic tells them that it is battle ready, but there is a problem with the eye field. It is too good and exceeds the specs of the design. It struggles when used for long periods. This doesn't concern Char, as he never wanted to rely on the eye field anyways. He heads into the hangar to see that all mobile suits are being prepped for Minerva's ceremony, but there should only be one team. Major Marco tells Char that this is considered an official military event and all will be on standby in case of Federation action. This is exactly Char's concern as well, but it doesn't seem right coming from Major Marco. Something is off. He has to figure out a plan. That is when he runs into Haman. She apologizes for being an awkward space wizard and then runs off and bumps into Natalie. Char realizes that she still is just a young girl. He still wants to tap it though. Meanwhile, on board the rogue Musai-class ship, a soldier is being arrested by his comrades. The commander tells him that they know he is a Federation soldier that was leaking information. The commander says that he knew he was a Fedi from the beginning of this operation and allowed him to leak info to EFF. The mole realizes he led EFF into a trap. We cut to the EFF fleet heading to Axis territory. On board their ships are the GM Command. The RGM-79GS GM Command is built off the design of the Cold District types. The placement of the thruster verniers on the GM Command's backpack are optimized based on simulations of operation within colonies. They are pointed downwards for movement under gravity. The GM Command series is also the first GM to utilize the mono-eye camera. During the 1-year war, these units were late-game mobile suits and didn't see too much combat and thus never actually utilized its full potential. It is made of titanium ceramic composite and is armed with 60mm Vulcans, a beam saber, a shield made of titanium ceramic composite developed near the end of the 1-year war, a 90mm bullpup machine gun, and much more. There is an emergency on the EFF bridge. It seems the mole gave them information that contained a virus. Their communication systems are offline, and they are flying blind. They are about 45 days out from their Mars outpost. It seems the only plan of attack is to conquer the Axis base and use their supplies. This seems like an oversight on EFF's end, but whatever gets people to fight.
Let them fight.
Char privately meets with Ricardo and Andy in his quarters. They are trying to figure out what to do about the war instigation faction. It is most certain that the attack will take place in 7 days during Minerva's ceremony. On top of that, after looking at training simulation data, it is clear that most of the pilots on Axis have very little real-world experience. The rogue Zeon is planning on blowing an asteroid to use against Axis. Meanwhile, Haman is prepping for the ceremony. Enzo is prepping for the operation on his end. The rogue Zeon fleet has assembled their fleet of scrap ships. Luckily, they are all able to still fire their main cannons. Back with the Federation fleet, the Minovsky particle density increases. They are close to Zeon. Meanwhile, the ceremony commences. Minerva Zabi is now officially the heir to the Zabi throne. Everyone seeks that Zeon. The scrap ships fire on the EFF fleet. They notice and are concerned that Zeon has such a big fleet after the 1-year war. Of course, these ships are scraps and barely hanging on by a thread. EFF fires on the scrap fleets and eviscerates their ships. So were those cannons fired remotely? If not, was there like one guy who fired the cannon and then sprinted all the way to the escape pod before EFF attacked them? I have so many questions. The rogue Zeon fleet explodes the asteroid. Tiny meteorites start falling on Axis. Char realizes that it is happening. EFF thinks that it is Axis. They felt like that was too easy to destroy. Suddenly, they notice an even bigger planet-sized object, the real Axis. EFF heads towards the asteroid. The asteroid density is too high. EFF launches the Mobile Suit Fleet and the GM Command. Enzo wants to send out a fleet to intercept the forces, but Maharaja is still trying not to fight. He calmly suggests otherwise to the Axis commander. Char notes how calm and collected Enzo currently is, and perhaps he knows of the size of the enemy forces. Maharaja must give a command. While this is going on, Haman Khan gets up on the ceremony stage and starts riling up the soldiers, asking what were their efforts from the Battle of Abawaku up until today for. This is her first attempt at becoming a leader to the people of Axis. She leads a team to the hangar to sortie. Maharaja has lost control of his daughter and some of his soldiers. Enzo goes to watch over their sortie, with a smile on his face, of course. All hell is breaking loose on Axis. Char meets up with Andy and Ricardo. They will assemble a mobile suit team while Char goes out in the Zero the R. Haman gets into the Schnee Weiss. Natalie tries to prevent her from launching. She says that her words inspired the people and there is no need to go out. But Haman says words mean nothing if she doesn't take action. She launches and wants Natalie to send out the bit carrier backpack. Natalie refuses and wants her to come back to Axis. But Maharaja tells Natalie to allow her to go out. He too realizes everyone on the battlefield currently is a rookie, so what is one more? He also recognizes that she plays a huge role in boosting morale, and having her out there in a real-world battle will be good for her. Also, she has bits, so she can just pick off people from the rear with extreme ease. Saikomu systems are total hacks, man. Natalie launches the bit carrier and assigns her some Zakus to back her up. Char is heading out to launch. He didn't expect Haman to do what she did, and it kinda messes up his plan. He wonders if he could protect Haman while keeping the enemy back. The mechanic recommends he wears a spacesuit, but Char doesn't do that. He puts his trust into the mechanics. Except for the Jiang, he said, "F*** that no-leg mobile suit." Andy and Ricardo spend a good page going, "I hope you don't die, bro. No, man, I hope you don't die, bro." Which is silly considering this is a prequel, and we know when they die. It seems like Maharaja has no other choice but to send out the remaining Zeon forces. The people of Mosa evacuate, and they have Minerva launch in a shuttle off the asteroid for safekeeping. Haman gets a little bit of space madness, but snaps out of it real quick when she sees the other Zeon forces on the battlefield. The rogue Zeon fleet are watching as they watch Axis attack. That is considered a win for them. In the hangar, Char has to wait on the tarmac as he is too big and there are mobile suits launching ahead of him. He hopes that Haman will be safe without him. On the battlefield, Haman is certain that Char will protect her. And that will do it for this episode. We are starting to see different factions make their move. Enzo and his team is lusting for war and willing to attack any forces that would plague Axis. On the other hand, Maharaja Khan is too pacifist in his ways, and he is losing order within his own command. things begin to go south once you can't rein in your subordinates. Meanwhile, Char plays a game of 4D chess and sees everyone's true intentions. He was very concerned during the Battle of Abawaku that perhaps he isn't a new type, but his attentiveness to see all sides in this game of Axis control suggests otherwise. Next time, we will see this battle play out as Haman experiences war for the first time. Also, Char recognizes that EFF forces have adopted Amado Ray's battle data, and perhaps they might not be able to win. And that will do it for now, new types. Remember to make sure you maintain enough order to at least prevent your men from disobeying you. Peace.